Hey guys, what's up? Alec back with the daily stock market, and look at that. We have a very extremely red day today. Some of our trades are going down. We have Spotify down 3% here, so you can kind of see them. We also have Wix down 4% on the day, and they're going past their support. But if you actually draw a trend line on Wix, it looks like they're right at a pretty good trend line. So I'm going to continue to load up on the swing trade for Wix, because as you can see right now, they're going to probably be going a little bit lower. And they have a long way to go to the resistance, so hopefully that one could be a good one for us that will ride up about 30% more on the swing trade for Wix. But I don't want to talk too much about the red stock market today and how every stock's basically going down. SoFi is down 6%. Today's video is actually going to be about 5 different ETFs to have on your watch list and to be dollar cost averaging in for a long term, and 5 ETFs that I personally invest in as well. So the first one that I talk about is going to be ticker symbol VOO. It's the Vanguard S&P 500. So it's the ETF that mimics the S&P 500. And they're down from, pretty much an all-time high, down 4%, okay? So they are up 30% on the year, which is a lot for the S&P 500 to be up 30% in the year. They're up 100% in the last 5 years, so they've been averaging about 20% per year. So in my opinion, I think they can go down another 10%. That's when I'm going to be buying a little bit heavier into ticker symbol VOO. You can see right now I don't have any in my Robinhood portfolio, but I have some in my longer term Roth IRA, my Vanguard portfolio, and my M1 Finance portfolio. Now they're paying 1.2% per year on their dividend payout, which is really good. Their PE ratio is 29, so they're at a pretty fair price as well as far as it's concerned. Now, if you want to go on the other side of the spectrum, ticker symbol ARKK is a good one to put on your watch list. We talked about ticker symbol VOO, how we're looking for it to go down 10% before seriously buying a heavy amount. ARK Investments already down 10% in the last month and 15% in the last 3 months. So they might currently be a pretty good buying opportunity. Even if we draw some trend lines on our graph here for ARK, you can actually see that they have an opportunity for swing trade because they're right at the support right now. And for them to be swing traded up to their resistance and closer to that $125 mark is very achievable, which would probably give them around a 15% gain, somewhere in that ballpark. So if you can buy it a little bit lower and it goes below its trend lines, I think that can be very beneficial for ARK. If you buy in the hundreds, if it goes below $100 into the 90s, that could even be more beneficial. But overall, you pretty much want to hold ARK for long term, because we looked at ticker symbol VOO. Remember, they're only up 100% in the last 5 years. ARK is up 400% in the last 5 years. So in the next 5 years, moving forward, the future 5 years, the question is, can ARK keep it up? Can Cathie Wood keep it up? And I think the answer is yes. So here we'll see ARK has underperformed the market in 2021. It has failed to replicate its incredible 2020 run. Remember, it's down, and it was up phenomenally the last year. Nevertheless, its net outflows have been reduced. Buyers have started to absorb the selling pressure. While its short-term momentum remains weak, it has been recovering well. On its long-term chart, its price action looks constructive. Most of its top 5 holdings are also doing well, and that makes up around 30% of ARK's fund, by the way, just the top 5 holding. The momentum is shifting back to ARK stocks, keep in mind. Therefore, make a good use of the current weakness to add exposure. So remember, these are going to be longer-term investments, and whenever you're investing in an ETF, you should definitely have a long-term mindset as well. So you can actually see the year-to-date performance of ARK here. Readers can easily glean how ARK's gains dissipated rapidly after the rotation in February 2021. Even though ARK held a 25% year-to-date return in early February, it quickly turned to 11% loss by early March. Since then, the ETF has attempted to regain its upward momentum. However, despite its best attempts, it seems to be in a major consolidation phase. Short-term traders might be duly concerned with such phases, as they are designed to tire them out. However, we believe these phases are necessary for long-term investors to help ARK establish a sustainable base. Such base also allows the big investors to quietly load up without running up ARK's price too quickly. If you're a short-term investor or swing trader, then you might be concerned with its short-term momentum at the moment. ARK currently wouldn't qualify as strong momentum stock. As traders, what we follow the mantra buy high, sell higher, okay? We are always looking for the great fool who would take our shares at our target price from us. We look at the short-term time frames on a chart. I like personally saying buy low, sell higher. But, you know, you get the idea. When we put on our long-term investor hat, we also look for short-term weakness to buy a stock or ETF. Of course, it must demonstrate an undisputed long-term uptrend bias, and that's also vice versa. So when you're short-term investing, you also want to, when you're putting on your short-term investor hat, you also want to look for long-term strengths as well and weaknesses, of course. All right. In that case, it's just a momentary short-term retracement correction within a longer term uptrend. As investors, we want to buy low, but we cannot have our cake and eat it too. If we want to buy low, we know that we have to accept weakness in a short-term price momentum. That's perfectly fine. So he's saying basically, you know, it's okay for your long-term picks like ETFs, VOO, ARK investments, ARK innovations, if they go down in the short term and we see the price go lower and lower, because creates a great buying opportunity to hold for long term, okay? So here we actually can see the weekly chart as of September 22nd. If investors pay close attention to ARK's long-term price trend above, there's no way anyone could have missed its undisputed long-term uptrend, all right, which is very important. You always want to zoom out when you're looking at ETFs, and you want to see that there's like a 5-year history, a great 5-year history, even a 10-year history if possible. In addition, its largest holdings also exhibited similar long-term uptrend. So here you'll see ARK's top 5 holding: Tesla number 1, Teladoc after that, Roku after that, Unity Software, which is a great one that I was investing in. They're virtual reality, augmented reality if you don't know them. And then Coinbase is actually after that. ARK's top 5 holdings account for more than 30% of the fund, okay? Among them, with the exception of Teladoc, all of them are continued to exhibit strong long-term uptrends. Let's take a look. And then it goes into the different stocks that they have, the top holdings, the 5 top holdings, and show that they're bullish long-term. Tesla's bullish, Roku's bullish, Unity's bullish, and Coinbase is bullish as well. Now you also have ARK W, which is the next-gen internet. You have ARK G, which is the genomics revolution. So if you want a high-risk, high-reward ETF, this can be a great one to start adding to your portfolio. It's also at a great price. So ARK G is the next one on the list, and this is going to be a genomics one, all right? Now, Kathy Wood says that the genomics sector is actually the only sector in the stock market that's going to outpace the electric vehicle industry in the next 5 to 10 years. Okay, and you know how bullish she is on Tesla? So that's a very bold statement coming from Kathy Woods. So if you have a portfolio that you don't have to look at or touch for 5 to 10 years, this can be a good stock to start adding in to that portfolio. Now, they're only up 268% in the last 5 years. So I think that they do have a long way to go, and they can go up a lot more. You can see sometimes instead of market cap, you'll see market assets under management, AUM, assets under management, 7.2 billion. All right, so ARK G, great one to consider right now. And let's kind of just mash all the ARKs in one together. You also have ARK W, which is more internet-based. Like I think like Wix is in here, for example, Fiverr, those kind of ones, up 450% in the last 5 years. This one already ran up a lot, but it's pretty much following the same pattern as the other ETFs, like ARK K, for example. And then the last one is ARK F. I'm pretty sure stocks like Square, PayPal are in this one, for example. And the fintech space is another industry or a sector that she's super bullish on. And this ETF's only up 142% in the last 5 years. So I think this one, ARK F and ARK G, have the most room to actually keep going up higher, more than outpacing the other ETFs. Now, ARK K is the safest one. ARK W is the second safest one. But if you're looking for risk and you have a little bit more risk, then that's a good idea. There's also ARK X, which is another good, really risky one. And there's also even ARK X, which is space exploration. This is one that's the same as the IPO price. So this is definitely a stock that, or an ETF, I should say, that can shoot up 100%, 200%, but it's just risky sector overall to invest into space exploration. You know, if a rocket blows up that they're investing in, for example, that could be detrimental to the ETF. But if you're looking for the riskier ones, ARK X could be a good one as well. All right. So there's a lot of different ETFs when it comes to ARK. Now, another one that I want to show you guys is VTI, which is Vanguard Total Stock Market. And if you're bullish in the stock market overall and you already have like a VOO or a SPY, for example, VTI might be the stock for you. All right. Now, I think that they can go down at least around 10% lower than they are now, at least 5% minimum, 5 to 10%. So around 10% lower than they are now, you know, probably right around 210, 215, I think is definitely possible for the VTI to happen. Now, keep in mind for these ETFs, especially to go down like a VOO, SPY, VTI, things like that, you're going to actually have to see the stock market lose a lot of points. So your portfolio will probably be hurt if VTI or VOO, for example, go lower and lower and lower. So you technically don't really want them to go low. But remember what we talked about in the article when we were reading ARK. You know, it's good to have some short-term weakness, especially if you put on your long-term investor hat. All right, guys, so I hope you did like that video. We went over a bunch of different ARK ETFs. We went over VOO. We went over VTI and 3 other ARK ETFs. Let me know what video you guys want to see next. And if you guys want more cryptocurrency updates, make sure you go over right now after you watch this video to the Daily Cryptocurrency and check that channel out. It's my second Instagram, and I post there every single day on my stories. I post NFTs that I'm doing, that I'm launching. I post 4 to 10 minute Instagram videos, IGTVs. We're starting up a YouTube for the cryptocurrency as well. So it's going to be a second channel of a YouTube channel as well. So be prepared for that. But this is going to be the Instagram for now. I post all the full-length videos right here. You just click on IGTV and you can actually see that I post about 3 to 4 times a week on the IGTVs as of now. And they were 100% cryptocurrency related. So that's why I split the 2 channels, because it's very nice, honestly, just to have everything separated. Stocks on the stock channel, cryptocurrency on the crypto channel, and we do all the updates here too. So smash a thumbs up on this video, share it with a friend if you think that they can find some value in it, and share the Daily Cryptocurrency with some friends that don't know about it yet as well. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Remember, don't time the market, buy the market. Peace.